The member for Bowman.
My question to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, will the Minister advise the House how serious it is for a political party in Australia to engage a foreign political party to undermine the Australian government?
The Foreign Minister has the call. The member for Whitlam and the member for Chifley. The Foreign Minister has the call.
Mr Speaker, it is one of the fundamental responsibilities of nations around the world to protect the sovereignty of their country. Indeed, it is enshrined in our Constitution. And, Mr Speaker, it is a principle of international law that nations do not seek to interfere in the domestic political processes of other countries. This morning there was an extraordinary development when it was revealed that the Leader of the Opposition had plunged new depths in his underhanded behaviour when it was found that the Australian Labor Party was colluding with the New Zealand Labor Party, a foreign political party, to ask questions in the New Zealand Parliament, a foreign parliament, designed deliberately to undermine confidence in the Australian government. Indeed, the New Zealand Leader of the Opposition herself admitted that the questions came from a member of the Labor Party in Australia. And, Mr Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition must come clean on his role in this tawdry affair. Because while we're used to seeing the Leader of the Opposition do backroom deals and grubby negotiations while he was the leader of the union movement, it's quite another thing to bring his lack of ethics into international relations. Now, it was the Leader of the Opposition's party who sought to recruit members of the New Zealand Labor Party to ask questions in the New Zealand Parliament that were deliberately designed to undermine confidence in the Australian Parliament. And, Mr Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition has shown that he has no interest in the true concerns about Section 44. Uncertainties are awash across his side of the Parliament. There are so many members of the Labor Party whose status is uncertain, yet he didn't raise it with the Prime Minister. He didn't raise it in our Parliament in our question time. And, Mr Speaker, I quote from the Minister of Foreign Affairs of New Zealand, the former Defence Minister of New Zealand, who said a short time ago, "It is extraordinary that a New Zealand Member of Parliament has allowed himself to be used by a party in a different country with an intent to bring another party in that country down. It is quite extraordinary. I just don't think we've seen anything like this before. This is the work of the Leader of the Opposition. He is unfit to hold office in this Parliament."
The member for Sydney.